Once upon a time, there was a teenage boy named Thompson, but everyone who knew him called him Fowler. He couldn't remember how he got the nickname, but it didn't matter to him anymore. He was too focused on the many near-death experiences he had every day. Every day, Fowler went through his life routine, the only new things being the different ways he almost died. Some days, he was closer to death than others. His hospital bill was expensive, to say the least. He didn't like new things. He didn't like different things. Fowler wanted everything unusual out of his life. It's when he gets his way that things go wrong. The 1-year anniversary of his constant near-death experiences started like any other. Fowler slowly stood up out of bed. Most of his room was empty. He'd gotten rid of things that almost killed him. Even his bed was just a pile of blankets now. He checked his clothes for poisonous spiders and venomous snakes, and he got dressed. He went to use the bathroom. He never brushed his teeth because of when he almost choked on his toothbrush. He never took a shower or bath because of when he almost drowned in the bathroom. He always got in and out of the bathroom quickly in fear that the toilet would shatter from water pressure again and leave him in stitches. Fowler rode his bike to school so that no more vehicles could explode or get hit. He was constantly checking his surroundings. A squirrel ran through his bike tire, and he would have split his head open were he not wearing a helmet. He got back up, tossed aside the injured squirrel, and kept going. Fowler got to school with just a bruise and a scratch. He had had a lucky day. As he headed to class, Fowler was greeted by his best friend, Alcus. Just like any other day. "Hey," Alcus said, approaching him. "How's the bizarre blonde going for you today?" Everyone called Fowler's misfortunes the bizarre blonde, due to the fact that blonde hair was found every time he had misfortune. The first one that day was wrapped around a hurt squirrel. "As usual," Fowler replied, "unexpected. You look like you survived. I'd call that a win." "Yep," Fowler sighed. "A win." Fowler was glad that Alcus was the same every day. "I'd call that a win" was practically his catchphrase. Fowler went through school as he always did, paranoid. It wasn't like he shouldn't have been. That day he almost got impaled by a flying staple, crushed by his tipping locker, and decapitated by a misplaced buzzsaw from shop class in geometry gone haywire. Despite it all, he made it through the school day. He talked to Alcus on his way out and high-fived some other people as always. When he got outside, he saw the faces of worry on the other students standing outside, so he stopped. That's when the giant S from the word school fell down and instantly crushed him. People screamed and ran. Some started calling for emergency services. Others stood there in shock. Alcus walked over to the giant S, and out of Fowler's blood, he pulled out a blonde hair. "Fowler," some voice called out. Fowler didn't know where he was. Everything was black, but out of the darkness he saw a girl approach him. "Fowler," Jaylene, his girlfriend, who had died a year ago, continued. "I'm sorry I tried so hard to kill you, but I really wanted us to be together again. I know things weren't the same after the accident." She paused to brush aside her ghost hair, revealing a disfigured ear and skin coated pure black that covered almost a third of her face. "And then there was me dying, but it can be the two of us again. I'm so sorry I had to kill you, though, but it was worth it, right?" Fowler backed up and asked, "So that's why you hurt me? You weren't mad that I killed you? You killed me? I thought you knew. I thought you were angry and you were trying to punish me. Why did you kill me?" "Everyone always gave us weird looks after your accident, and I don't blame them. You turned into a freak. I was doing myself a favor. Everyone else said it made me look beautiful and unique. They said I was new, different, and unusual. Well, I don't like new, different, and unusual, you bizarre blonde." Jaylene would have been in tears by Fowler's words if she had her physical body. Fowler just stood there and silence reigned for minutes, until Jaylene's voice broke it. "Thompson," she said quietly and fiercely, "the only freak here is you." Suddenly, Fowler found himself back under the giant letter S, but he was still dead. Hours later, his body was removed, but his soul remained stuck to the bottom of the S. It was placed in the grass next to the entrance of the school. A tradition was started where people would rub the letter S for luck and being safe. Every time someone touched it, Fowler's soul experienced incredible pain. He never saw the spirit of Jaylene again. All he saw was people coming and going from the giant letter S, and blonde hair covered in his own blood. The end.